euphoric, man-made chaos. Risking decide to separate us. The proof lies within the ever-growing hate. Push to shove and kill to be killed. Manifest your hate. In my dreams, life is just a memory. In my fears, you become the enemy. In my shadows, your screams are whispers. In my dying breath, I confess, it's chaos for the world. Living to die as I'm dying to live. Separate yourself from the fools. Yourself. I stand on my own, bow to no throne, cast off a stone, taking this chance. Yield to no sea of power, embrace this final hour. No crowd can make me kneel. Never was down here. Time to be judged for our sin. Like a road to In my dreams, life is just a memory. In my dying breath, I confess, it's chaos for the world. What's a reason? Lasting impression. Write the narrative stand up to the opportunist. A coward's lies only strengthen his weakness. Let your brilliance be seen, defining ignorance. I yearn for the value of death. What's the cost of a life just to save a million? Never mind the weight of your conscience. It all defeats the purpose when you bow to the power of chaos.
my goodness. Monday Night Raw from Brooklyn. My people. I'm sorry to inform you, ladies and gentlemen, that my people here in the shitty city of New York, they sounded like they weren't very entertained this evening. I don't blame them. The show was boring. You end SummerSlam the way that you do on night 1 and night 2, and this is the product that they regurgitate on Monday Night Raw. But you know what? At least Becky Lynch told a couple of jokes on Nikki Bella and John Cena's past relationship. That makes a great Raw, right? Seth Rollins is the new World Heavyweight Champion. LA Knight wants a shot. And his faction got a name. Hey, at least there's some direction. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to the Beer Garden on this beautiful Monday night, historic weekend here on the podcast. And when I get to the Beer Garden, I want to know on this Monday night, what the fuck are you guys drinking? I'll see you over there.
Why has Triple H been so successful? Why is Triple H running WWE better than Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard on Monday and Friday night? Long-term booking.
What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. This is your Monday Night Raw post show for August 4th, 2025. I am your host, JD from New York. As always, coming to you live from the OTS Beer Garden. Thank you guys so very much for joining me on this Monday evening, wherever you may be. Monday Night Raw tonight, man. I was looking forward to what WWE had as a follow-up. All the hoopla, all the buzz, all the momentum coming out of a two-night SummerSlam that I largely thought was a middle-of-the-road show. 12 matches, about 5 of them, maybe 6, did what they needed to do. The rest was fucking utter shit. WWE ended last night with Brock Lesnar. They ended Saturday with CM Punk winning the World Heavyweight Championship, only to have Seth Rollins cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase, as we on this show predicted 4 weeks ago. I expected a lot more coming out of Monday Night Raw. I know there'll be elitists and there'll be WWE virtue signalers out there. Oh, well, JD's always negative. Why didn't he like the show? Oh, I thought that they did a great job at telling stories, JD. Well, Becky Lynch, she made fun of Nikki Bella, JD. Oh, that's great. It's fantastic, man. Yeah, that's exactly what I want to see on my fucking television. Nikki Bella and Becky Lynch for the Intercontinental title. Man, that's really going to get my fucking blood going, right? Oh, man, I can't wait. WWE started the show off the way that they needed to, with the only person that mattered on this brand coming out of SummerSlam, and it's Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is now the new World Heavyweight Champion, flanked by Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed with Paul Heyman. The world title looks good on him. It always looked good on him. It's the reign that really never ended up being good. I always thought personally that Rollins was much better in the chase than he was as the champion. Not to say that he's a bad wrestler. Just that the stories that they give him as champion aren't really all that captivating. I'm hoping that they've learned their lesson with this group and him now as the champion again, which I presume is going to be the last time we get a champion, at least until WrestleMania in Las Vegas next year. Rollins started the show, and basically we got finally a name for the group. Rollins had not really said, this is the name of our new group. This new group that has been slowly forming since WrestleMania. He didn't outwardly say this is the name, but earlier in the week, WWE or actually not earlier in the week, but this weekend before SummerSlam, WWE trademarked the Vision. And that only meant one thing. I mean, he calls himself the Visionary. So I just put the pieces together and said to myself, well, that seems like the faction name for Seth Rollins' new group here. So we're going to run with that. Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and Paul Heyman as the Oracle are now known on Raw as the Vision. Now, I don't know if they need prescription glasses, if they should go to fucking Warby Parker. I don't know. You guys can have fun with that, but it's not the most offensive name. It's not completely terrible. I'm sure we'll get used to it. At least it gives them a name instead of calling them the Bronze and Seth Rollins. The Vision. The Vision. This is his vision. I guess they wanted to wait until after he won the World Championship to at least give us a glimpse into the name of the group. There you go. Do with that as you wish. The Vision. LA Knight. I know a lot of people are looking at this and saying, well, the first person that should be feuding with Rollins after what he did and fooled us all with the fake injury is LA Knight. I didn't really have a worry about what the next program was going to be. I had a pretty strong intuition that LA Knight would show up tonight and have something to say, being that Rollins kind of did what he did with the injury and faked the injury. Plus, LA Knight, he said it tonight as well. He did pin Seth Rollins, so he has a victory over Seth Rollins on Saturday night's main event. There was no doubt in my mind that LA Knight was going to be the next in line for a championship match. I didn't know if it was going to happen tonight or sometime later in the month on Raw, or maybe they save it for Clash in Paris. WWE set up the program between LA Knight and Seth Rollins tonight in the main event for the World's Heavyweight Championship. Really nothing special between them. Very standard, run-of-the-mill TV main event, but the World Championship was on the line, and it's always nice because we don't see it a lot. We don't see it all that often, that the World's Heavyweight Championship is on the line on Monday Night Raw in the main event. It always feels good when the championship is on the line. We don't get that a lot. The thing is, during the intro, during the opening segment, Adam Pearce came out because Seth Rollins told LA Knight no. LA Knight wanted to wrestle tonight. He wanted a shot tonight in Brooklyn. Rollins told him no. Adam Pearce comes on out and basically overrides Rollins' no and says, oh, yes, we're getting a championship match. And you want to fucking pull your stunt that you did on Saturday. Here's another one for you. Your boys are banned from ringside. So Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed were banned from ringside. Paul Heyman was allowed. So obviously that was going to play into the main event and the outcome of the match. Whatever that meant. As we were watching the open of the show, I figured CM Punk would show up, Roman Reigns would show up. Maybe we would get a new member in the group. Maybe we would get that fourth man. Being that everybody else was banned from ringside, maybe they would introduce a fourth man to Seth Rollins' group. You see, this is the type of stuff that I was looking for. This is the type of stuff, the sense of urgency that WWE needed on this show. I just felt like they came out of SummerSlam, and the moments that they made at SummerSlam at MetLife, they came into the show with no real sense of urgency. Because they realized and they figured, well, we got 4 weeks before we get to Clash in Paris. That's more than enough time to put together a solid 5-6 match card for Clash in Paris. When we got to the main event, like I said, the standard run-of-the-mill TV main event on a WWE television show. Nothing super special. They didn't go out there and burn the house down or anything. CM Punk showed up. Obviously ruined LA Knight's chances of winning the World Heavyweight Championship. I don't think anybody was watching this show pushing for LA Knight to win the championship. It was just never going to happen. And if you were pushing LA Knight, yeah, let's pull the trigger. Let's have LA Knight win the World Heavyweight Championship here on Monday Night Raw. Yes, that would be the worst decision you could possibly come up with. Yes, let's run this angle where he just trolled everybody by going on with a fake injury for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, only to take the belt off of him after he just pulled off the ruse of the century. Yeah, that really makes a lot of sense. No, LA Knight is not winning the World Heavyweight Championship. He's not winning the World Heavyweight Championship anytime this year. And he's not winning the World Heavyweight Championship anytime soon thereafter that. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news for everybody. He's not next. He's lucky to be where he is. Accept it or don't. And I like LA Knight. This is coming from an LA Knight guy. LA Knight's not going to be a world champion. They only moved him over to Raw because he's the next best thing to feud with a heel Seth Rollins. Deal with it. Sorry if you don't like the truth. Sorry if I'm a little bit too harsh. But there's always the Intercontinental Championship. CM Punk ruined the main event. Then the boys come out. Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed. They're out there. They lay waste to Punk and LA Knight. Show goes off the air. The little trademark logo, which is Triple H's specialty, hits the bottom of the screen. And then we get Roman Reigns coming out as the show's about to go off the air. We got a little bit more of an overrun. Roman Reigns takes out the Vision. He gets into the ring. He's trying to save CM Punk and LA Knight. He gets laid out. They lay waste to him. Braun Breaker spears him in half. And Bronson Reed, 3 tsunamis on Roman Reigns. All while, again, stealing his Jordans. So now this is two pairs of sneakers that the Shula Fala now contains. The tribal thief has confiscated another pair of shoes. The Vision laid waste to all the baby faces. That was the best part of the show. Boring, but it was the best part of the show. Why do I say boring? A lot of people love to accept mediocrity, man. How many times are we going to see the same fucking ending every single week? If we don't get it with the Bloodline or the MFTs on Friday Night SmackDown, we get it with the Vision on Monday Night Raw. They laid waste to Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and now LA Knight. Is there anything new, chat? Is there anything refreshing, chat? Is there anything groundbreaking, chat? No, it's the same shit. It's literally the same ending that they write into the show every single week. You could sit there and enjoy it. I'm not. I'm not going to enjoy it because it's not creative. It's boring. It doesn't give me a sense of urgency. It doesn't give me a sense of excitement. It doesn't give me a sense of anything. It's just the same fucking thing that we saw the week before that, the week before that, the week before that. It's their go home. It's their tried and true. How do we finish this show? Let's have a beatdown. If it's not tsunamis, it's a spear. If it's not a spear, if it's not a spear, it's a tsunami. If it's not either one of them, let's put them through the fucking table or the barricade. It's the same thing over and over again, man. So I apologize if you don't like that I didn't like the show. I don't really give a fuck. How many writers do they got on this fucking writing team? You can't come up with anything a little bit more creative? But I guess they forwarded story. That's all that matters. How you get there is just as important. Where do we go from here? Clearly, Rollins has a lot of targets. Or I should say, a lot of people are targeting Seth Rollins. Roman Reigns wants a piece of Seth Rollins. CM Punk wants a piece of Seth Rollins, obviously. LA Knight wants a piece of Seth Rollins and now CM Punk because CM Punk didn't give a fuck about LA Knight. CM Punk ruined LA Knight's chances. That makes three. Three baby faces going after Seth Rollins. I don't know when we're going to get all those matches, but I like the fact that there are opponents and that there's an uphill battle for Seth Rollins to take over Monday Night Raw and that the baby faces aren't going to stand for this shit. And they're credible names that I actually like. That's great. One thing at a time, though. Where are we going into Clash of Paris? Couple of different ways we could look at this. Clearly, the way that I looked at it, Roman Reigns got written off television. The first thing that I thought of is, I heard that Roman Reigns is not going to be filming until September. That was the last report by Fightful. So I put out, as soon as Monday Night Raw went off the air, looks like we could be setting up for a 6-man international warfare. Could be 6, could be 8. We don't know. Literally in the next 4 weeks, Rollins could add another member. And then the babyfaces just equalize that with Jey Uso. So that's the first thing that I thought of. With the report that Fightful put out, that Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes aren't filming Street Fighter until September. Which, you know, all the people on Twitter who think they're correct all the time. Oh, but JD, he's filming in August. No, it's September. September. Sorry, you're incorrect once again. So yes, Roman Reigns is very much going to be a part of television, potentially going into Paris. We could be looking at a 6-man tag team match. Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and LA Knight versus Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed. International warfare. Got that Canadian Stampede type vibe going on. Not really, because that was the Hart Foundation. That was their home turf, and they were battling the anti-Canadians. I'd like to see something like that. I think the energy in Paris would be fucking unbelievable. WWE could add Jey Uso to the mix while adding a fourth member to Rollins' group, whoever that may be. Rumor is Ethan Page is getting ready for a call-up. Rumor is Ricky Saints is getting ready for a call-up. They may add Ilya Dragunov to the mix. I'm hearing rumblings that he is due to come back. We don't know. Maybe they add Carmelo Hayes. Maybe he moves over to Monday Night Raw. That would be something, right? Maybe they add Drew McIntyre. A list of names that would fit in that group perfectly. We just don't know who or when that will happen. WWE clearly could do Rollins versus Punk versus LA Knight. And they wrote Roman Reigns off TV. I just don't see them going into Paris internationally for the first time all year. The only time they'll be in Paris all year and not have Roman Reigns on the show. Not have Jey Uso on the show. I just find that to be a little ridiculous. Triple threat match for the World's Heavyweight Championship. Rollins, Punk, LA Knight. I mean, I don't really get a sense that is the direction, but I mean, it's certainly on the table. They could do the six-man tag team match without Roman Reigns, and what they did tonight was actually did write him off TV, and they just put Jey Uso in there and have it a six-man tag. Have it be a six-man tag team match. Uso, Punk, and LA Knight versus Rollins, Breakker, and Bronson Reed. So those are the options for Clash in Paris. That's what WWE is telling you. Now, I'm looking forward to the months after Clash in Paris. Because we all know Rollins is not losing the World's Heavyweight Championship. This would be a solid show where Rollins can go in there and not have to worry. And WWE Creative can have Rollins go into the show not having to worry about him defending the championship. He can go into Clash in Paris, have this multi-man match, warfare between the babyfaces and this new faction, the Visionary, right? Or the Vision. Come out of Clash in Paris. The next show, I think we got a Saturday night's main event. Then we maybe do a major match at Saturday night's main event for the World's Heavyweight Championship. That ends in a fuck finish. Maybe we get a triple threat match in Perth. Maybe we get Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins in Perth. And then obviously we get another fuck finish. WWE is obviously slow burning this till Survivor Series. This is going to be the War Games situation. What you're watching right now is WWE long-term book Survivor Series. Whoever the fourth man's going to be, I don't know. There will be a fourth man between now and Survivor Series. That is my prediction. Who it's going to be, I don't know. But then you'll get Roman Reigns. You'll get Jey Uso. You may get Jimmy Uso. You may get CM Punk and LA Knight all on the same team. There was a rumor that Jimmy Uso may be coming to Monday Night Raw as well. And then they would go up against the Vision. We may get 2 new members. Rollins may add 2 new members to the group. 5-on-5. That's your War Game situation coming out of Monday Night Raw. And then whatever the women's is, which, you know, I've been very vocal about it. If you don't need to do a War Games match, then don't do it. Don't do it. You're doing it for the sake of doing it because you got to do one for the men and one for the women. And they both have to have a War Games. No. There really is no tension between factions in the women's division. This is building towards War Games. Anybody could see that. So I like that Monday Night Raw has a solid nucleus at the top of the card. Rollins is a champ. LA Knight's chasing. CM Punk is chasing. Roman Reigns is chasing. The option for a third, or a fourth rather, and a fifth man on Rollins' team, the Vision. Who's going to align with the baby faces? Is it going to be the Usos getting back together? There's a lot going on there. I like that. Other than that, on this show, and I mean this wholeheartedly, there wasn't much of anything to truly care about on this show. There was a rematch for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. Charlotte and Alexa Bliss. They once again defended their newly won championships against the former champions who they beat on Saturday. the Judgment Day, Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez. I thought what they did here tonight in ring was better than what they did at SummerSlam. Rusev and Sheamus once again, seemingly they did a storyline throughout the entire show where they beat the shit out of each other outside the ring, in the back again. It involves Sami Zayn. So they play that up, and more than likely we're leading to a fourth match. We may again be getting an unofficial best of 7 series. They won't tell you that, but it looks like we're getting an unofficial best of 7 series, just like they did with Andrade and Carmelo Hayes last year. I don't know where it leads. Maybe they end up being a team, which I had hoped for. I didn't really get that sense coming out of this show tonight. They're very much not a team yet. Anyway, Becky Lynch started a new program. She's going to be defending the Intercontinental Championship against Nikki Bella. This is what they have come up with. Nikki Bella had made a case that she wanted to wrestle for the World Championship going into Paris, coming out of Evolution. She didn't win the Battle Royal, obviously. That went to Stephanie Vaquer. So now she's going after the Intercontinental Championship. Nice consolation prize, I guess, if you're Nikki Bella. I don't know who asked for that. I don't know who's interested in that. Knowing Becky Lynch, hopefully she can bring Nikki Bella to a decent match. Because I'll tell you right now, I have zero interest in seeing Nikki Bella wrestle, period, or for a championship. I don't mind that she's back, but I got to be honest with you. She looks completely out of place in this division with this talent. You look at Nikki Bella, you see Nikki Bella, you hear from Nikki Bella. It just sounds like an era of old. She does not fit in the current crop of WWE women. So I'm sorry, I'm not interested in Becky versus Nikki Bella. That doesn't really do anything to excite me. And apparently, the Grande Americano Legion is growing. I don't know where they're coming from. I don't know how they're mutating. We got one Grande Americano. The real one is out injured. Now we got an imposter who's Ludwig Kaiser. But then we got another last week. And then this week we got a third Americano. And Corey Graves stole my line from last week. I hope he's watching the show. We got a tall, a grande, and a venti Americano. What are we doing and why? Who are they? Where are they coming from? And what is their plan? Does this have any direction? Or is this one of those storylines that WWE is getting a joke out of, a laugh out of, and just doing it on television with no direction whatsoever, just to pop a laugh in Gorilla? I don't know. Yes. Was that Tyler Bate? Was today's Americano Tyler Bate? Bro, what are we doing, man? What the fuck are we doing? He did look a little shorter than the dude last week, which was apparently Pete Dunne. I don't know, man. I don't know where we're going with this Starbucks fucking faction that's forming here. We'll talk about it. They did mention Brock Lesnar tonight. Brock Lesnar was not on the show. I did not realize before tweeting this afternoon that WWE had Smackdown taking place in Canada this Friday. So there is a likelihood that we could be seeing Brock Lesnar on Friday. But I do know that John Cena is on Friday. Cody Rhodes is on Friday. And Brock Lesnar, who attacked John Cena at the end of SummerSlam, we're going to need a reason. I pray to God that this is not like Brock Lesnar and Cody Rhodes, where they never gave us a fucking reason as to why Brock Lesnar attacked Cody Rhodes and seemingly feuded for months with no explanation. I would love an explanation as to why he's back and why he's now targeting John Cena. Monday Night Raw after SummerSlam was a fucking dud. Sure, they forwarded stories. Sure, they pushed into Clash in Paris. Was any of it really exciting coming out of SummerSlam? Everything felt flat. Everything. Outside the main event stuff, which even that felt same old shit. We'll talk about it. We'll dive into it. We'll have fun tonight. And I thank you guys very much for joining me here on the podcast. This is your Monday Night Raw post show for August 4th, 2025. I'm your host, JD from New York. You guys killed it. You guys killed it this weekend, man. Between X and YouTube, the SummerSlam post shows did over 160,000 views. We stream on X, we stream on YouTube. You guys fucking killed it, man. It was, without question, the biggest SummerSlam weekend that the channel has ever seen. And I love when we get into a weekend like this. I look back at last year, man, you guys blew the numbers completely out of the water. Now, granted, last year was a one-night SummerSlam. Tonight, we're having Monday Night Raw. But looking back at the SummerSlam stuff last year, it was a one-night SummerSlam. This weekend was a two-night SummerSlam. You guys fucking killed it, man. You guys fucking killed it. Thank you very much. I know a lot's being said about Brock Lesnar. I know a lot of people are happy that Brock Lesnar's back. I know a lot of people are happy that Brock Lesnar's not back. WWE legal cleared Brock Lesnar 4 days ago. They made mention of it tonight on Monday Night Raw. Triple H and Nick Khan went to Brock Lesnar, asked him if he wanted to come back. He said sure. And they started planning his return. I don't know why you need to complain anymore. WWE legal cleared him to wrestle. That's all you need. You can sit there and continue to embarrass yourself. You can sit there and chime in how you wish on Brock Lesnar. Is he a fucking weirdo? Yes. Is he sick? Yes. Is his behavior fucking bizarre? Yes. I don't give a fuck what he does, who he wrestles, or where he shows up. I said it last night, I'll say it again. They don't need Brock Lesnar. They're doing fine without Brock Lesnar. But all the people who are up in arms about this, if you don't want Brock Lesnar on television, if you don't like Brock Lesnar being on television, then don't watch anything Brock Lesnar related. That didn't stop people from posting their reactions about Brock Lesnar coming out on Sunday night. They still made their views. They still farmed for their engagement. Oh, I don't agree with this morally, but you agree that you're a fucking hypocrite on getting views. Fantastic. A lot of people expose themselves. A lot of journalists expose themselves. I loved the meltdown from everybody. And no, this does not mean I want Vince McMahon back. Vince McMahon stole money from the company to fund his sexual fetishes. No, he's not coming back. As a CEO and a chief fucking of the board of directors, head of the board of directors, he's not coming back from that. As far as I know, from what people have been saying and from the case files, Lesnar is clear to do what he needs to do. Jimmy Van from Fightful put out something and immediately deleted the tweet. And the tweet was fucking great. The tweet, I agreed every word that Jimmy posted today, I agreed with. You know what he did? He took it down. He took it down because Fightful has cultivated such a soft soy milk latte drinking army over there that Jimmy couldn't speak logic and bent a knee to the soft mob over there. The social justice mob over at Fightful, the audience that they've cultivated. Sad. Sad to see that happen, bro. Here's what it is. Brock Lesnar's going to be back on television, man. I'm looking forward to 3 matches if he is going to be back. Gunther, Braun Breaker, John Cena to an extent. That's really it. Ilya Dragunov, maybe. If we get that far. Obafemi. We may be looking at Brock Lesnar's retirement, being that SummerSlam is in Minneapolis next year. It's not the end of the world, folks. You're going to go to bed. You're going to close your eyes. You're going to wake up tomorrow morning. And we're going to be here talking pro wrestling, whether Lesnar's on TV or not. But I thank you guys for a great weekend, man. You guys killed it. A lot of you agreed with what I said about Lesnar. I appreciate the kind words. We're going to continue doing what we do best here, man. We deliver the best podcast in the entire space. The biggest numbers all weekend out of anybody doing our shit. And I appreciate you guys being here with me. Follow me on social media at JDfromNY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. Go and check out all the other content on the channel. We have been rocking and rolling since Wednesday. Actually, that's not true. It's been all week, man. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Now Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, man. We're going 10 straight days. Your boy's a little burnt out, but we're going to do our thing. So go check out all the content, man. There is plenty of content to get caught up on. We're nearing 173,000 subscribers. Thank you for that. Hit that thumbs up. Let's try for 1,000 likes tonight. We're already halfway there, more than halfway there. Super chats are open. Get them on in. It's the best way to support the show. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of Monday Night Raw. And tonight we are sponsored by our great friends over at Blue Chew. BlueChew.com, code JD at checkout. Make sure you guys use that code JD. Free sample. All you got to do is pay the $5 shipping and handling. I got a shout out before we get into the Monday Night Raw review, man. I got to shout out my guy here in the chat as he drops a $100 super chat. Noah Nixon with a $100 super chat. JD, I just wanted to say, my brother, I have been here since the fucking goon, the OJD, and this days. It's been absolutely a pleasure to watch you grow from the custom templates to the beer garden. Here's to you, JD. That is... That is quite the comment there, Noah. Thank you very much, brother. I am very grateful for your support over the years, and thank you for being here, man. That is truly amazing. Thank you. Let's get into this show, man. We start things off with the Vision. We start things off with Seth Rollins. He walks to the ring. He's got his boys with him in suits, the men in black. The Oracle, Paul Heyman, is with him. Heyman's got the mic first, and he's talking up everybody in the ring. Heyman starts hyping up Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed before talking shit to Roman Reigns, calling Roman Reigns and CM Punk has-beens. He then introduced the reigning, defending World Heavyweight Champion of the world, Seth freaking Rollins. Seth took the microphone and said, "Shame on you, Brooklyn." He said, "Shame on everyone who didn't believe in him and taunted him with chants of OTC." So obviously they chant OTC, OTC. He told the crowd to never doubt him again. He told the locker room, shame on them for trying to stop his cash-in and hold him back. Rollins reminded everyone that he's always had a plan B, and the only ones who knew about this, presumably, were his wife and his Oracle. Now, there was a story going around today. I don't know if it's legit or not. I believe he said something to ESPN again today that he tried telling his daughter, Rue, that daddy had to fake an injury for his job, and you need to keep it quiet. So Rue went to her school and told her teacher that Daddy is faking an injury for his work. So if the story is legit, Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch's daughter, Rue, went to school, told her teacher, and the teacher knew it was all a work before anybody else. So that there were 3 people who knew. Becky, actually 4. Becky, Rue, Paul Heyman, and Rue's teacher. Again, I don't know if that's true. But I think that's a great story if so. Suddenly, LA Knight comes out of nowhere after Rollins said he has absolute power, and this is the beginning of his vision. LA Knight comes out. Knight congratulated Rollins on his title win and said he wasn't looking for a fight. He just had some questions. This is the guy that needs to be out here right now anyway, in my opinion. Yes, Punk got screwed. They saved Punk for the end of the show, but this set up the main event. And clearly he beat Seth Rollins on Saturday night's main event. So out of everybody, he definitely should be included because of what Rollins did. He faked an injury during his match with LA Knight and then went on to show everybody that what he did was a fucking complete puppet master plan. So he goes on to say that he's not looking for a fight. He had questions. He pointed out that Rollins already had the Money in the Bank briefcase. He didn't need to fake an injury. Knight said the only reason Rollins faked an injury was to get out of taking a beating by him at Saturday night's main event. So Knight said that since he was the last one to pin Rollins, he should be the next one to beat him again. Right here, right now. Rollins declined the challenge. He went to go leave the ring. All of a sudden, we hear Adam Pearce talking through a microphone as he's walking through Gorilla. Pearce was pretty mad at Rollins. He blamed Rollins not only lying to Rollins Medical, he lied to WWE Medical about his injury. And Adam Pearce would not stand for that. So he made the match tonight. It will be LA Knight versus Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship in the main event of Raw in Brooklyn. The icing on the cake was that Pearce also banned Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed from ringside. So not to repeat myself, at this point in the show, I thought, all right, it's either going to lead to a Punk interference, a Roman interference, or both, or we're getting a new member in Rollins' group, which is now called The Vision. So any one of those variables was likely to happen in the main event tonight. I'm glad they made the match. The shows feel more important when there is a world championship on the line. We don't get to see it all the time. It made sense coming out of Saturday night's main event. It made sense that LA Knight was going to be the one of the top guys that had a problem with what Rollins did because Rollins played him for a fucking fool. Rollins cost him an opportunity. What I also am genuinely curious about, and this has nothing to do with the program, but I'm genuinely curious as a fan, as someone who reviews this shit weekly, I wonder how Bill Goldberg is feeling about the injury. Did WWE clue in Bill Goldberg on the Rollins stunt, which played out on Saturday night's main event, which theoretically, it caused the show to really be pushed to its limits, and the show cut off Bill Goldberg in a show closing promo thanking the fans in Atlanta during his retirement match. Did Bill Goldberg know what was going on? Did Bill Goldberg get clued in? Or did WWE opt not to tell him to keep everything that much more of a secret? See, that's what I'm genuinely curious about. I wonder if he's going to end up talking about that, because the last time he was interviewed by Ariel Helwani, he said he had around 3 weeks to really divulge into what he's feeling about how he didn't like his retirement and he wishes it was better. But he put over Gunther in the process. I don't know. I thought the opening was solid. It did what it needed to do. We got a world championship match out of it tonight in the main event of Raw. Can't really complain about that. Backstage. The Judgment Day were walking around and they ran into the LWO. Dominic claimed that he is the king of the Lucha Libre. Dragon Lee took exception to that and challenged him to a match. Dominic accepted because clearly he was going to have his boys out there. LWO left. Dominic and Dragon Lee was confirmed for later. AJ Styles then showed up. He told Dom he didn't appreciate the tricks he pulled at SummerSlam, but it was really smart of him the way that he did what he did. But that does not excuse anything. He's coming for the IC title, and as long as he's holding that IC title, he's coming for Dominic Mysterio. Which is why I said on last night's review when we covered Night 2, I would absolutely do AJ and Dominic again in Paris, and I would have AJ win the Intercontinental Championship, as I do believe that Dominic Mysterio, he's going to be in the main event of Triple Mania. It's a fatal four-way. It's going to be Vikingo, Dominic Mysterio, Dragon Lee, and Grande Americano for the AAA Mega Championship. So I do believe Dominic is going to win the championship there. I think there was a rumor going around that WWE is seriously considering putting the belt on Dominic Mysterio. That would leave Dominic to drop the IC title to AJ Styles in Paris. It would also get the AAA Mega Championship on somebody with that much name value, and that's what you want as far as the partnership. Yes, it's benefiting WWE more than it is AAA with names, but the name AAA is going to be all over the Judgment Day. So it looks like it's a good deal. I would absolutely drop the title to AJ. I think that title, it's not really doing much on Dominic. Dominic is great, don't get me wrong. I very much enjoy the Judgment Day. I very much enjoy Dominic's act. I think he's great. I do think that the title is suffering a little bit around the waist of Dominic, as I do think that the Workhorse Championship should legitimately be on someone that's going to go out there and wrestle. And AJ is that guy. You cannot find a better candidate for something like that than AJ Styles. So that's the decision I'm making. And like I said, the last time that AJ was in Paris or Lyon, France, he wrestled Cody Rhodes, and the crowd fucking went crazy for AJ Styles. Can you imagine if AJ goes to Paris, we get the same type of reaction at the end of the month, and he wins the IC title? What a moment that would be. This company lives and breathes on moments. That's a moment. Let's do the title switch. Let's get the title on somebody that could really bring some value back to what that title is, which it seemingly has been lost on Dominic. Rusev and Sheamus. We didn't get this match until the bell rang at 8:31 p.m. This is the first match of the show. It didn't go on the air till 8:31 p.m. So, right out of the gate, Rusev stomped his way into the ring to take on Sheamus. And crowd was actually more into this in New York than they were the previous two matches. So, this was a lot better than what we've gotten so far. Sheamus ran right into the ring and into a big fist by Rusev. So, he didn't even get in there. Rusev has already beaten him up. So, they get up, they trade punches until Sheamus laid out Rusev with a big clothesline. Sheamus sent Rusev over the top rope to the outside. He went to go follow Rusev and dropped him, sent him over the barrier, and we go into a brawl on the outside. So the brawling around ringside, back inside the ring, Rusev hits a big suplex and drove Sheamus down to the mat. They went back and forth. They started beating the shit out of each other. Now they're on the top turnbuckle. Sheamus got Rusev up on his shoulders and hit a white noise from the top turnbuckle. So we go into a commercial break off the top rope spot with the white noise. Rusev fought back, took control of the match, eating a sleeper on Sheamus. He followed that up with some kicks to the chest. Sheamus starts asking for more because he doesn't know any better. He leapt up and hit an Irish curse backbreaker on Rusev. Sheamus then goes for the finish. He goes for the bro kick. Rusev ducks it. Sheamus kicked the ropes. Rusev then hit his head off the ring post, sending him to the outside. So Rusev starts to go after Sheamus. Sheamus caught him and slammed him on the announce desk. Rusev comes back by sending Sheamus into the steel steps. He then dragged him onto the barricade, chopping Sheamus. Referee's counting at this point. They're not listening to anything the referee is saying. Rusev reversed it, or Sheamus rather, reversed it on Rusev. So he gave him the 10 beats of the Bodhrán. Those shots across the chest, over the barricade, while Rusev is in the crowd and Sheamus is over on the other side of the barricade towards the ring. Referee counts him out. We get a count out. No contest. And we don't have a winner here in this third match. After the match, they continue brawling at ringside. Security starts coming out in numbers. And Sheamus and Rusev continued fighting through all the security. And that was the way they tried to separate these two as the match came to its conclusion. I don't know where they're going with this. They clearly didn't want to beat either guy here. I genuinely think that we're going towards a unofficial best of 7. I do. And I still hope that the plan is that at the end of all this, they are real life best buddies. They may even be neighbors from what information we have. They may even be neighbors. I would love to see them link up together and become a tag team. Sheamus and Rusev together. I do not think Rusev is getting over on his own. First of all, his theme music is fucking awful. His theme music does not elicit any excitement. His theme music does not get the crowd riled up to see Rusev. Sheamus' theme music sucks too. It's awful, Def Rebel, AI-generated drivel. But I do think if Rusev is paired with Sheamus, who everybody loves, I do think Rusev would eventually get over and things would start swinging in the right direction for his return to WWE. Because let's be real. He didn't do much of anything outside the first year in AEW. He sat around. He had a couple banger matches. And then they basically iced him. For whatever reason. He didn't want to work there anymore. He didn't want to work and put over anybody else. He was a hard time. He didn't want to listen to creative. He didn't like any of the creative ideas. He had creative ideas turned down. Whatever the reason is. He comes over to WWE. Let's be honest, folks. He's not really lighting the world on fire since coming back to the WWE. He's been feuding with Sheamus, and that's basically all he's done. I don't really consider that uber important. But I love Sheamus. And Sheamus never has a bad segment or a bad match. So he's right where he needs to be. It just needs some extra polish. So if we're going towards a feud between these two, and it's going to be one of those things where they eventually end up earning each other's respect, I don't know why you wouldn't make them a tag team. The Monday Night Raw tag team division is the utter shits. They would instantly inject some life into a dead division. That's what I would do. So let's do it. Hopefully that is still the plan. This went to a no contest, double count out. Yes, they would basically be the Bar 2.0. Yeah. The Bar was great. Sheamus and Cesaro were fucking great. Plus, Sheamus works a tough style. Having him prolong some of his career by working in a tag team this late in his career would only be a good thing for Sheamus. I would like to keep Sheamus around as long as we possibly can. He's fucking great. So let's try and do that. I hope that's still the direction for both Sheamus and Rusev. The New Day. After this Rusev and Sheamus match, they continue brawling at ringside. Security flooded the area, like I said. They continued fighting into the back. So they're fighting in the back. We see the New Day backstage, and they're really dressed as ridiculous as they ever were. Xavier Woods is dressed in black, overalls with no shirt on, and he's got this hat that reminded me of Kung Lao in Mortal Kombat. Kofi Kingston's in all black. They're still grieving from the loss of their tag team championships. They look ridiculous. So I don't really know what direction the New Day are going in, but this is anything but bootios and unicorns. Grayson Waller joined them, promising to get the New Day a rematch for the tag team titles against the Judgment Day. So we went over to Adam Pearce, who was down the hallway talking to Penta. Pearce, who was in a bad mood because he had to deal with Rollins and then Sheamus and Rusev, Waller walks over to him and called him Baldy. He demanded a match be made with the New Day and the Judgment Day. So Adam Pearce is like, you give me a minute. I'm talking to Penta. I'll have you explain yourself in a little bit. Grayson Waller disrespected Adam Pearce more. And being that he wanted a match, Adam Pearce didn't listen to what match he wanted. He made a match between Grayson Waller and Penta, which was obviously coming up next. I don't know what they're doing with Penta. Wasn't Penta feuding with The Vision? Yeah, where did that go? This is why I complained about it when I did. And I had Reddit geeks and fucking virgins who clearly don't shower at all. They haven't showered in 5 days. The Reddit fucking geeks, man, they are some of the most disgusting cretins that you could possibly come across on the social media. Oh, but JD doesn't watch the show. He says he watches the show, but he doesn't watch the show. I complained coming out of Money in the Bank. Why are they throwing Penta out there, feuding with Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed, when he really didn't have anything to do with them? So people made it out to be, well, Rollins fucked him up going into Money in the Bank. He's only looking for revenge coming out of Money in the Bank. That's it? That's what you got? If he still had a problem with what they're doing, he should have a problem with them now, being that they're stronger than ever, right? So what are they doing with Penta? Where is he? Why isn't he battling alongside the baby faces? Why doesn't he care about the Vision anymore? Oh, you mean to tell me JD was right again? Oh. They start something, they drop it, and then they never go back to it. So I questioned it because it didn't make any sense then. And now he's not even a part of the entire angle. Nobody wants to see the New Day and the Judgment Day again. Nobody. Grayson Waller's a jobber. This match was pretty quick. It didn't really go more than, 5 minutes? 6 minutes? Penta got an entrance. Waller did not. Waller did not want to be in there with Penta. Waller is in position. He evaded a waist lock. And then they go back and forth trading headlocks. It's exactly what I want to see on the Monday Night Raw after SummerSlam. Penta and Grayson Waller trading headlocks. Then you want to know why I thought this show sucked. Penta head scissors on Waller, sent Waller outside the ring. All of a sudden, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods come on out. Their music hits. They walk on out. They got their fucking ridiculous outfits on. Kofi Kingston's wearing that ridiculous Kung Lao hat. So clearly this caused a distraction for Grayson Waller. He took over on Penta. Sent Penta onto the announce table. Corey Graves then invited the New Day to join commentary, so that's exactly what they did. Kingston called out Michael Cole for talking shit about them. Penta got a 2 count off of a roll-up on Grayson Waller. Kingston said that the New Day were taking Waller under their wing. Riveting television, this is. Penta took Waller under his open hand and chopped him in the corner. New Day discussed their grieving process over losing the tag team championships. We go into a commercial break. Waller, from the break, delivered some high knees to Penta. Penta fought out with a bulldog and a backbreaker. He then stomped Waller in the corner. Waller comes back, big left hand to the face. He goes for a cover off that big punch, gets a 2 count on Penta. Waller then climbs the second rope, tries to drop an elbow. Penta dodged it. He delivered a super kick. Waller came back with a high knee, and they both doubled down in a double lariat. Penta gets up, hits a super kick, big Mexican destroyer. He ended up getting the victory on Grayson Waller with the Mexican destroyer. And the New Day's protege loses once again as they continue to mourn their tag team championships. The New Day climbed into the ring, and Kingston got into the face of Penta. Penta sent Kingston and Woods packing. Then threw Woods comically his hat. He had his hat in the ring. He legitimately flung it like Kung Lao in Mortal Kombat. Xavier Woods caught it, and he took both guys out. Again, I don't know where they're going with this. I feel like Penta is in the middle of nothing right now. Unless I was thinking, is there a draft coming up? Is WWE set to have a draft or a transfer window or a trade or something along those lines where we get Rey Fenix coming over to Monday Night Raw and he's teaming with his brother and we get the Lucha Brothers back together and they are added to the Monday Night Raw tag team division? So let's be honest. The team with Andrade is great, but it ain't Penta. It's not the Lucha Brothers. So I don't know what they're doing here. New Day and Penta. What does that mean for the future? What does that mean for the upcoming weeks of television? Are we going to have Rey Fenix team with Andrade, someone who's not his brother? On Monday Night Raw, we're going to have Penta team with somebody else, not Phoenix, who's not his brother. It's not the Lucha Brothers. I don't understand where they're going here. Because the Lucha Brothers New Day feud sounds fucking great. You want to talk about giving the division a shot in the arm? That would be great. But what exactly are they doing here? True Crime Unleashed says the draft is next month. Is that really confirmed? I never heard anything about that. Maybe that's what they're doing. Now, Penta and Dragon Lee is not going to work. If it ain't the Lucha Brothers, keep it. Even though Phoenix and Andrade are a great tag team. I just don't know where this is going. And the Monday Night Raw tag team division needs some serious, and I mean serious, help. Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair were shown walking and talking in the back. They were interrupted once again. Sheamus and Rusev fighting in the back. They came in, and my God, man, were these mics fucking loud. I don't know. I didn't touch my volume on my television, but man, they came storming from right to left. They went into some production crates. There was like fucking noise and things falling all over the place. They were fucking loud. I don't know if that boom mic was fucking as low as it could be, man, but they came fucking screaming off screen. I don't know if that was just me. Well, man, they beat the shit out of each other. We got fucking pipes flying all over the place, production crates. So, Charlotte and Alexa Bliss, the WWE 2025 draft is expected to take place after SummerSlam early September, per Google. All right, then. I'll wait for actual confirmation. That may be an AI-generated reply, and we all know that AI certainly isn't perfect. Alexa and Charlotte are talking, and we go right into a clip of the WWE shilling us Unreal again, and they showed us a clip of the Charlotte Flair episode, which I haven't even got to yet. All I did was watch episode 1. I'll probably watch more this week. Naomi. She's out there. She cuts a promo on what's happening next going into Clash in Paris. She ran down New Jersey saying that she assumed Brooklyn would be better, but in fact, Brooklyn is worse. Too much trash and construction in Brooklyn for Naomi. I agree, Naomi. I agree. She said the crowd deserved to move to Florida, which frankly is a pretty mean thing to say, she said. Naomi said that next on her list was Stephanie Velcro. Stephanie Velcro. Who is Stephanie Velcro, chat? Who is Stephanie Velcro? I don't know if she intended to troll Stephanie Vicaire with fucking up her name because Nikki Bella fucked up her name, but I don't think that went over the way Naomi wanted it to. All of a sudden, Stephanie Velcro was mentioned, and then they go right into cutting Naomi off. They cut Naomi off completely to go over a recap of John Cena and Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam. Michael Cole. We go to Michael Cole and Corey Graves at ringside. Michael Cole said that he asked Triple H and Nick Khan about when they decided to bring back Brock Lesnar. So they did mention Brock Lesnar. They met with Lesnar, asked if he wanted to come back. He said, yes, I do. They made it happen. And that's it. It's basically all she wrote. Now, I got news. I got news on Lesnar. This is coming from the fine folk over at Fightful Select. We got news on Brock Lesnar and when things came to be. Lesnar returned at SummerSlam in the main event, after the main event actually, attacking John Cena after Cody Rhodes won the WWE Championship. Fightful learned Saturday that the John Cena and Cody Rhodes main event was being kept very quiet, even from writers, producers, staff, and production crew. As of this evening, a number of those same people still hadn't heard anything about Brock Lesnar and wondered if The Rock was making an appearance. I know a lot of people were like, well, what if Lesnar is working with The Rock? And The Rock sent Lesnar out there to destroy John Cena. I love the way you guys use your imagination, man. That would be great. But no, I don't see that happening. It appears that Brock Lesnar actually got into town while SummerSlam's pre-show was on the air. Some of the staff started to make their way near the stage to start filming things midway through the main event. Lesnar was backstage about 9:15 p.m. during the main event. Sources backstage that Fightful spoke to said that they could tell something was up based on what people weren't saying as opposed to what was said. It was heavily implied, but not outright stated, that John Cena wanted to face Brock Lesnar on his retirement tour, which is something that I said last night when we did the post show. I said two things last night. Lesnar was probably cleared legally, and John Cena probably requested to work with Brock Lesnar in the last 5 months of his career. Did I see any hate for John Cena today? Did you see any hate for John Cena today, chat? Virtually all of the media suspected this is related to why WWE has moved away from press conferences. Dozens of media traveled into town for the show and weren't told this was the case until Saturday. Fuck them. Fuck them. Who cares? You get a free ride to fucking shill your way into the fucking post-show scrums, and then you want to ask everybody about their fucking Denny's order. Fightful reached out to a number of WWE execs and spokesmen for an official comment on Lesnar or the legal situation. There's been no legal clearing of wrongdoing, but he isn't actively being sued or prosecuted. We've also asked if Brock Lesnar's return is permanent or if it will be a one-off. He's planned for a program with John Cena, who is heavily factored into Smackdown this month. It has been since claimed to us at Fightful that WWE's legal department approved Brock Lesnar's return in recent weeks. Yes. WWE cleared Brock Lesnar. They cleared Lesnar 4 days before SummerSlam. I got news on that too. And we'll definitely talk about this on TNT tomorrow. Dave Meltzer reported on the timing of the decision to bring Lesnar back 4 weeks ago. Well, 4 weeks ago, not 4 days. 4 weeks ago, WWE Legal cleared Brock Lesnar. He speculated on the reasons for the clearance, suggesting that WWE's legal team is either confident that the Janelle Grant lawsuit will go to arbitration or that they are close to a settlement, which would make Lesnar less of a factor. The report also provided a definitive reason for the cancellation of WWE's traditional media press conferences over SummerSlam weekend. Meltzer says, I can tell you also factually that the reason they didn't do the press conferences was because of this angle. Meltzer confirmed that the move was made to hide the surprise of Lesnar's return and avoid questions from the media. John Cena wanted to work with Brock Lesnar. It is now expected that the Beast Incarnate will enter a program with John Cena heading into Clash in Paris. Triple H, he was quoted having Brock Lesnar back in the WWE. He says he is very happy that Brock Lesnar is back. Incredible to have him back in the WWE. He spoke on the SummerSlam post-show. Triple H praised the moment and the massive reaction from the crowd at MetLife Stadium. My reaction was exactly what I thought it was going to be. If there had been a roof on this place, it wouldn't be there anymore. Triple H went on to explain the massive impact that Lesnar's presence has on the entire WWE landscape. The dynamic in the room changes when the Beast is here. Seeing Brock Lesnar come back, anything you thought was happening sort of all goes out the window because the factor of Brock now just changes that dynamic. It also makes it very unpredictable. Incredible to have him back. Now, what I didn't like, there was a clip floating around on social media where the fans in MetLife who were there as WWE did their fake control the narrative post-show, fans were chanting, "We want Cross. We want Cross." I don't know how you couldn't hear it not being "We want Cross." Triple H turns around in his fucking swivel chair and thinks that "We want Brock. We want Brock." There was no way the crowd was chanting "We want Brock." It was "We want Cross." Chance of "We want Cross." Triple H says, "You want Brock? You got him," and then turns around. Doesn't really bode well for Karrion Kross coming back to the WWE, right? I find that to be fucking one of the most ridiculous things I've seen all weekend. That really kind of stamps the Karrion Kross is out of here narrative. Unless we're all being played again. Karrion Kross has a book coming out tomorrow officially. I want to say this is a big fucking work, but I don't really know anymore. He wasn't even in the building for Monday Night Raw. Apparently his contract is up at the end of the weekend. That was the report today. His contract is up at the end of this coming weekend. WWE hasn't given any indication to the dirt sheets that he's coming back. I know Kross was someone that was very upset when his contract situation got out earlier in the year. So if he did sign, like I said last week when we talked about this, he's keeping it very close to the vest, and he's told a handful of people. But why would Triple H go out there when the fans were clearly saying, "We want Kross, we want Kross," and then turning around and saying, "You want Brock, you got him," and then completely ignored the fans? Does this have something to do with pushing the book? Are they pushing the fact that Karrion Kross is not coming back to push the book, to then alter his character when he does come back to television? I don't know. I don't know. I hope that is not the case. We will definitely see what happens there. Janelle Grant's legal team issues a statement on Brock Lesnar's WWE return. This also came out this afternoon. In a statement released on Monday, spokesperson for Janelle Grant addressed Lesnar's return to WWE at SummerSlam, accusing WWE of attempting to ignore serious allegations. For far too long, abuse was allowed to thrive under WWE's leadership. Instead of righting this wrong, WWE has done nothing to ensure those responsible are held accountable. The statement reads, "This attempt to sweep misconduct under the rug will backfire. We look forward to the full set of facts, including those about Mr. Lesnar coming out in a court of law where they belong. But in the meantime, we refer you back to Janelle Grant's updated complaint, which outlines in detail the abuse she endured by McMahon and others while employed at WWE." So that was revealed today via Janelle Grant's legal team. Now, remember the tweet that I posted about Jimmy Van? Look at the tweet that he put up. Jimmy Van is the one who founded Fightful. He's the founder of Fightful. He posted and then deleted. I feel the need to clarify, since the internet is rampant with misinformation, by Janelle Grant's own admission in the Vince McMahon lawsuit, Brock Lesnar did nothing illegal. There was no encounter between the two. Was his conduct unethical? Yes. Allegedly. But illegal? No. You can sit there and claim that Lesnar is a fucking freakazoid. You could sit there and claim that he's bizarre. You could sit there and claim he's weird and he's got a fucking weird fetish. He was a vehicle to get him to sign a new contract, and Vince was using Janelle Grant as a toy to entice Brock Lesnar to sign a new WWE contract. That is disgusting. Lesnar never met with the woman. Lesnar never touched the woman. Lesnar asked her for lewd photos. Lesnar asked her for a video of her pissing. Yes. Lesnar asked her for a video of her pissing to then call her a bitch. There was no meeting. Nothing was planned. He never went through with it. As it was reported, Lesnar went out to a dinner meeting, ultimately got drunk, and never went back to McMahon's condo with Janelle Grant. This is all fucked up behavior. Nothing there was done illegally, according to what is being reported. It's disgusting. I could never envision anybody I know doing that shit. Fucking weird. But again, you want to stand on morals, fine. Don't watch the show. Don't watch when Lesnar's on. According to everything that's been said, Lesnar did nothing illegally. So Lesnar's going to be back on television. WWE Legal sought to get Lesnar back on television. WWE Legal, the same people who funded an investigation to get Vince McMahon out of the chairman position of the board of directors for WWE because he was using company money to fund sexual escapades. The same WWE Legal team that forced Vince McMahon out. These are the same people that found Brock Lesnar clear and good to go. So if the WWE Legal team has given the okay, and WWE as a company has abided by the law, why are you going to lose sleep over it? You either like it or you don't. You either watch it or you don't. You don't do anything Brock Lesnar related. You don't post anything Brock Lesnar related. You don't farm for engagement using TikTok clips, reacting to Brock Lesnar. I seen a clip today from a female content creator who sat there for 3 minutes and didn't react to Brock Lesnar coming out. But she has a problem with Brock Lesnar coming out and returning to the WWE. If you didn't give a shit, then don't react at all and don't post anything. I don't understand these people. When Lesnar shows up on Friday, potentially in Montreal, when Lesnar wrestles John Cena, they'll all be reacting to it. Don't. Put your money where your mouth is. And no, this is not me. This is not the same thing about, well, JD, you don't like AEW. Why do you watch it and why do you review it, man? You're nothing but a grifter. Motherfucker, I am an analyst. I made this my job. AEW is the second largest United States pro wrestling promotion in the entire world. If I didn't do what I do, I wouldn't be doing my job to the fullest extent. And who said I hate AEW? I don't hate anything. I simply come on here and tell you what's good and what's bad about their show, and what's bad has been fucking mostly 2025. So you can shove that fucking garbage right up your fucking asshole because I tell you exactly how it's supposed to be. And if that angers you, piss off. You don't like Lesnar being back on television? Put your fucking money where your mouth is and don't fucking react to anything about Brock Lesnar. First of all, nobody's even asking for your fucking opinion. These people couldn't do a fucking stream if their life depended on it the way that we do here. Oh, but JD reacts the way he does, and he yells and screams into his camera for views. Thank you for telling me that I'm very good at my job. I get views no matter what I'm doing. I could fucking sit here for 15 minutes and fucking give you a visual of a fucking 4K graphic that my boys over at Deviate Design made me of my beautiful car, play music over for 15 minutes, and draw fucking 10 times more than these people do on their streams. Without saying a single fucking word. These people don't know any better. Everybody is a hypocrite. It is all right to think that what Lesnar did is fucking disgusting. I certainly do. I don't give a fuck where he goes, who he comes back and wrestles. I don't give a shit. What are you going to do about it? The company has already told you that they are unethical and their morals, they don't have any. So what are we going to do? You have every right to watch or don't watch. Don't support. Cut your network. End your Peacock subscription. Don't watch Raw. Don't watch SmackDown. Don't watch the PLEs. Give it up. Give it up. Trade it in for watching TNA. But they won't do that because TNA doesn't get the views that WWE Raw or SmackDown get. I'd love for somebody to chime in and tell me when I'm telling lies. They won't do it. You know what I'm going to be doing? I'm going to be watching Brock Lesnar on WWE television because there's nothing we can do to fucking change it. Triple H has already told you how he's felt. He don't give a fuck. The fact that he canceled the post-show media scrums is all that you need to know. They don't want to answer questions. They don't. You got some bizarre, weirdo fucking journalists out there who got to make everything about some political narrative. Bro, it's a pro wrestling show. People watch this shit to escape the real-life bullshit that's occurring in their lives. And you're out there asking, well, why are you standing next to Donald fucking Trump at the White House? Because he wants to. As if the family isn't affiliated with Donald Trump for how many fucking years? You got to make everything about politics and social justice and what's right and what's wrong. I never understood how we got into a position where everything on social media lives and dies by the people who fucking dwell on social media. They are the ones to deem who's right, who's wrong, what's right and what's wrong. Motherfucker, the only one that's judge, jury, and executioner is the fucking Lord above. Christ. When you go to wherever you go to next, he's going to be the one to judge you where you're going, if you're staying up there with him, or if you're fucking going down there with the rest of the fucking pieces of shit. That's it. We're all going to be in the fucking ground one way or another, bro. Who the fuck are you to tell me that I'm wrong or right? Who am I to tell you that you're wrong or right or how to feel? Who is anybody on social media to say, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't feel this way, you're wrong, blah, 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 this is wrong, all this nonsense. I don't get it. We all have opinions at the end of the fucking day. I don't understand it. Lesnar is back on television. You don't want to enjoy Lesnar and Gunther? You're lost, bro. You know what's coming. You don't want to enjoy Lesnar Cena? Sorry, bro, I'll be watching. You don't want to enjoy Lesnar and Braun Breaker? Sorry, bro, I'll be watching. All the people that claimed they hate this, it's wrong, it's blah, blah, blah. Every single fucking one of them, when Lesnar and Gunther lock up at SummerSlam next year or earlier, WrestleMania, you will all be watching. And nothing more occurred than fake outrage this weekend. You can sit there and claim that WWE is morally incorrect. You'll be watching Lesnar and Gunther when they lock up because it's a dream match that people have been asking for ever since Gunther made it to the main roster. Spare me your fucking social justice garbage. Nobody gives a fuck. Cancel culture is fucking tiresome, bro. People are over it. There are more important things in this life than fucking dwelling on social media, looking to end someone's career, worse yet, their life. Over what? Pro wrestling? Over pro wrestling. Every single day I wake up, there's someone mentioning my fucking name. All you gotta do is look me up. I swear to God, man, these people got derangement syndrome. Bro, I talk about pro wrestling. These people claim I'm a terrible human being. JD yells into his microphone. He's a racist. He's this. He's that. He's a womanizer. He hates women. This and that. I mean, I can't take it, bro. I can't take it. Meanwhile, I wake up every single fucking day. I love my coffee. I sit in my fucking kitchen for a half an hour with a fucking notepad and a pen, and I fucking try and pull 3 or 4 shots every morning because I love the science behind pulling espresso, bro. I sit there with my fucking AirPods on, and I just do coffee to nothing. I foster kittens every single month and find kittens fucking homes every single fucking month. The money that I spend on fucking cat food a month, on top of the fucking cats that I have, is ridiculous. Because my heart is made of gold. Nobody knows that. Nobody understands that. Nobody knows what I do on a day-to-day basis. Everybody that I've ever come across in this fucking world, no matter if you're a fan, if you've seen me at fucking American Dream Mall, had one of my meet and greets, just met me in person. Every single person out there said the same fucking thing. JD is fucking so introverted and down to earth, it's fucking unbelievable that he's the same fucking person that he is on YouTube. Yet I got to sit here in this chair every single fucking week and get people claiming that I'm the most miserable, fucking racist individual, hate women, he's the biggest piece of shit on the face of the fucking planet, to a point where they call up House of Glory and don't want me to call a fucking wrestling match because of my pro wrestling opinion. That is what the world has come to, bro. You set me off now. You set me off. I can't stand it. For everything that has ever been said about me being hypocritical, the entire community exposed themselves today. Because all they have to do is claim, this is morally incorrect. All right, if it's morally incorrect, then don't fucking watch the show. It's a big difference from me hating AEW, but JD's going to continue to watch the show. Motherfucker, I am a content creator. I don't hate anything. Is everything good? Everything is not good. Do you have perfect days every single day you wake up? Are you in a relationship? Are you married? Does every day that you're with your girlfriend or partner or wife, is every day fucking great? Or do you have days where you fucking hate each other? Are some days better than others? Everything is not great. The people who hide behind everything is great and nothing is wrong, don't make fun of what I do, JD hates this, you're not living in reality, bro. You're not. There is good and bad. There is good and evil. Every single day you wake up in every aspect of this life. If you don't recognize the evil that comes with the good, and the good that comes with the evil, the bad that comes with the good, and the good that comes with the bad, you are not living in reality. You're not. What I do is on a very, very, very minuscule fucking part of the spectrum. I talk about a scripted television show. And people turn it into a fucking act of murder. Brock Lesnar was cleared by WWE's legal department 4 weeks ago. If he wasn't allowed on television, he wouldn't be back on television. And here's another caveat for you. What was the last time that WWE got in legal trouble? Didn't you start to hear sponsors pulling out? Who pulled out? Who pulled out? Who pulled out? Slim Jim? Slim Jim pulled out, right? As soon as Slim Jim pulled out their partnership from, I don't remember what it was. It might have been Vince McMahon related. As soon as WWE got the call that Slim Jim was being pulled, forget about it. Vince McMahon was gone. Within a day, not even less than, Vince McMahon was fucking gone. TKO could not bear to lose that sponsorship money from Slim Jim, bro. You don't think that? Honestly, think with your fucking brain and stop thinking with your feelings, bro. Put the soy latte down and just fucking think, man. Seriously. If WWE brought back Lesnar and things were wrong, don't you think Slim Jim would pull out? Don't you think the general car insurance would pull out? Don't you think Wingstop would pull out? WWE's got fucking how many sponsors littered across their mat on Monday night? Don't you think Netflix would say something? Being that they're the ones paying this fucking company $5 billion. Don't you think? If Lesnar's back on TV and they don't pull out, that is all the indication you need that things are okay in the world of WWE, in the world of Brock Lesnar. Soon as WWE starts to get that fucking money cut off, then you start to see what they really care about. The fact that Lesnar is back and nothing has been said yet, that's all the indication you need to know what is going on. Is Lesnar cleared? That's all you need to look at. That's all you need to look at, bro. So when Slim Jim deems it's okay, then you are given the green light to shut the fuck up. That's all you need to do. And at that point, you make a decision whether your morals to you as a human being are right or wrong. If you care about it so much, you don't watch anything WWE related, you don't buy any WWE product, and you certainly don't watch anything regarding Brock Lesnar on television. If you don't care, you watch the show like the rest of us. But all because Brock Lesnar's on television doesn't mean that we're all unethical and our morals are fucked up. Who the fuck are you to tell me how I am as a person because I am going to enjoy Brock Lesnar on television as an entertainer? Who the fuck are you? You don't have a goddamn fucking clue as to who I am. All I give you is basically what I give you. You know what I allow you to know. That's it. End of story. Everybody says I take this pro wrestling thing way too fucking seriously, man. The people that are out there sending death threats to me and the people who do what I do, sending death threats to everybody else, these are the people that take it too fucking seriously. These are the people that take it too fucking seriously. Never in my wildest imaginations could I ever see myself fucking begging a talent for anything, going up to a talent and fucking berating them or signing autographs. Please sign my Funko Pop. Please sign my fucking posters so I can put them on eBay. Bro, I work for House of Glory, and in 9 years, I'd never been in the talent locker room one fucking time. Do you want to know why? Because I respect and love professional wrestling. I don't belong there. I go, I come, I go home. That's it. I love this. I love entertaining. I love streaming more than I actually do anything else. The fact that I get to do it about pro wrestling is the cherry on top of the fucking cake. These people are mental. Social media, I can't even begin to tell you how social media has degenerated into the worst it's ever been this year. And it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. Wait till Vince McMahon is acquitted and a settlement is made. Wait. It's all going to happen all over again. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's sad. It genuinely is sad. Genuinely is sad. If I don't like something, I don't do it. I don't. You don't understand. I don't enjoy NXT. Do you see me covering NXT every week? Just think. Think. I don't enjoy NXT on Tuesdays. I don't. I don't fucking finish TNT, immediately go out and rush NXT to watch, and then I talk about it on Wednesday. I don't cover it because I don't like it. You don't like something, you don't do it. You play a video game, you start playing it. You don't like it halfway through, you stop playing it. Why force yourself to play it? You don't like a drink, you order at the bar, you don't order it again. You know for next time, I'm not going to order that. I didn't like it the last time. You go to a restaurant, you order something, you don't like it. You go back to that restaurant again the second time. You know better not to order it. You don't order that item again. You listen to an album and you don't like it. Your band's album is fucking garbage. They put out a dud. You don't listen to it. You toss it away. You go back and listen to something you do enjoy. These people don't understand. Everybody lives in a social media day and age. They are thirsty and fucking hungry for views, likes, and engagement. They don't know any better. They don't know any better. I have actually considered not only deleting Twitter off my phone for a little bit, but I've significantly tweeted less in the last 2 or 3 months. I can't take it anymore. Everything's a fucking problem. That's what it's used for. Voicing our opinion. People take it and they act as if you committed Chris Benoit. Bro, all I'm doing is projecting my fucking meaningless opinion to the people that follow me and actually give a fuck. Meanwhile, it's like the end of the fucking world to others. They don't have any outside friends. They don't have any hobbies. They don't have any passion in life. Their passion is to tell other people that their things, their life, what they like, their enjoyment sucks. And they get off on that. It's unbelievable to me, man. It's really driven me into just fucking. It's driven me mad. It's legitimately driven me mad. This whole Brock Lesnar situation, I thought whatever happened last time was bad. What was the last thing that everybody was freaking? Hulk Hogan. I thought that was bad. This is just as worse. Did 3 videos on Hulk Hogan. I said in every fucking video, you can feel however you feel. You feel you don't want to do it? Fine. All I said was I found it to be wrong that AEW didn't honor Hulk Hogan the day of. I found it as a business to be wrong. I think it's wrong. I feel it's wrong. People took it out of context. Oh, JD's telling people how to feel. No, I didn't tell anybody how to feel. I'm telling you what I feel. What I feel is what they're doing is wrong. Now, people are telling me that I'm bad and I'm wrong because JD supporting rapists and fucking sex trafficking. That's what you misconstrued me saying here yesterday and today. Can't win with these people. Can't win with these people. We do what we do. Sorry for the rant. I apologize for the rant. But that's the latest on Lesnar. That's the latest on Janelle Grant's legal team, Karrion Kross, Roxanne Perez, and Raquel Rodriguez challenging for the Women's Tag Team Championships. Once again, Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. We'll pick it up after the commercial break. Alexa was on Rodriguez's back and was quickly thrown off. She dragged Bliss to the corner and tagged in Perez. I enjoyed this match more than I did the one at SummerSlam. But, again, the crowd was just kind of there. They didn't really elicit any excitement. Bliss and Perez fought in the corner, out of the corner. Bliss delivered a head scissors to Perez before tagging in Flair. Flair knocked Perez back into the corner where Rodriguez tagged in. She sent Flair down to the mat with a shoulder tackle. Rodriguez then brings Flair into her corner, tagged in Perez. Flair dodged her, and Rodriguez held Flair's ankle so Perez could dive between the ropes and send her to the outside. So we go back into the ring. Roxanne stomped a mud hole, Steve Austin style, into Flair before tagging in Rodriguez, so they kept her grounded. Flair fought back, makes a hot tag to Bliss. She delivered 2 stereo bulldogs, and Bliss and Rodriguez fought with Bliss, sending the bigger of the two out to the floor. She tried a cannonball, but Rodriguez caught her and slammed Bliss onto the barricade. We go into another commercial. Coming back from the commercial, Bliss tried again to get a tag to Flair, but Rodriguez cut her off. Bliss hits a DDT. Finally got a tag, bringing Flair in off the top rope to take out Perez and Rodriguez. Flair then hits a clothesline on Rodriguez and used Perez as a weapon, throwing her into her own partner. Flair went up for the moonsault, landed it on both like she did at the pay-per-view on Saturday. Charlotte looks to be getting better at her moonsault. It's nice to see. Her moonsault was awful. Only got a 2 count off the moonsault. Perez caused the distraction so Raquel could deliver a big boot to Flair. Perez charged Flair in the corner, but Flair was able to dodge and send Perez into the turnbuckle. They both climbed to the top rope. Perez hit a hurricanrana. Rodriguez tagged in for that big spinning elbow off the second rope. Bliss broke the count up after a pinfall. Flair sent Perez out, hits a big boot, sent Perez out of the ring. Bliss tagged in, took over, and went right for Sister Abigail on Roxanne. Perez went down, and Bliss got the win, retaining the titles. So not only did they lose the titles on Saturday, they lost the rematch here clean on Monday. So there you go. So Monday Night Raw and the women's division was already stacked before Charlotte and Alexa won the tag team titles. Now we are going to be privy to Charlotte and Alexa on Monday because they are able to, via the rules of the tag team titles, allowed to show up on Monday Night Raw. There you go. Not a bad match. I almost felt like WWE gave them another match so that they could get everything that they didn't get in on Saturday. Because I felt like the match on Saturday went, what'd it go, 15 minutes or so, 14 minutes? I don't know why we needed it again. I mean, they did what they did at SummerSlam. I don't know why we needed it again. It's kind of lame. Got an entire roster and you're running a rematch back that we just saw 48 hours ago. Backstage, Io and Kabuki Warriors were hanging out. They were just standing in the back when Io was approached by Rhea Ripley. Ripley said that she knows Io asked for one-on-one against Naomi. That's happening next week, by the way. Rhea said she wants Io to win so she can finally beat Io and have it be for the title. Rhea starts walking away. Io grabbed Rhea's arm and said in a very loving way, "You are never going to defeat me. You're never going to beat me." They smiled, and that was basically it. I don't know. Does anybody get a sense that Asuka and Kairi may go heel? Maybe. They left Io to talk to her friend Rhea. They didn't really seem too happy about Io interacting with Rhea and then sending them away. Or maybe I'm just reading too much into it. Dragon Lee versus Dominic Mysterio. One-on-one match here. This was made earlier in the show. Bell rang. Dragon Lee wasted no time in sending Mysterio to the outside, dragging him back in and beating him up in the corner. Lee chopped Mysterio in the corner. Mysterio, he came back and he hung Lee out on the ropes, throat first, and then sent him to the outside. So Mysterio starts chopping Lee against the ring apron, sent him back into the ring. He called for a 619, but Dragon Lee dropped out and laid some quick kicks into Mysterio's face. Dominic then hit a DDT on the ring apron, and we go into a commercial break. During the break, Mysterio He started trolling the crowd in New York. He threw some punches at Dragon Lee, playing up to the crowd. He then tried to tie the ribbons of Lee's mask that were hanging in the back of his mask to the bottom rope. So Mysterio abandoned this because Dominic couldn't get this right, and he went for a headlock instead. Lee fought back. Dominic hits a Michinoku driver, and we get back from the commercial break. Lee fights back, hitting a dragon kick in the corner. Lee removed his elbow pad and tried for a cover. Mysterio tried walking the ropes, but Lee countered with a sit-out powerbomb. Mysterio set Lee on the top rope, but slipped, giving Lee the chance to stomp him. All of a sudden, Grande Americano appears. Like Ludwig Kaiser Americano appeared. Then another Grande Americano appeared, the same guy that was last week, which apparently is Pete Dunne. Then a third Grande Americano. So we got Tall, Grande, and Vente Americano. Thank you, Corey Graves, for stealing my line. Love you. That was enough of a distraction for Mysterio to get a shot from behind in on Lee and pick up the 1, 2, 3. What is going on with this story? Do we know what's going on with these Americanos? I swear to God, man, if that is really Tyler Bate and people on social media start saying that's Tyler Bate, I don't know what the fuck we're doing with Tyler Bate, bro. Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne, two accomplished, grizzled veterans, bro. Under a Grande Americano mask because creative's got nothing for them. Someone's getting a real laugh out of this, man, and it's not us. Maybe this is all orchestrated by Chad Gable as he sits at home recuperating. I have no clue. No idea. After the match, AJ Styles came out to beat up Mysterio, but Mysterio left very quickly. Lee and Styles shook hands in the ring, exchanging, can you believe that guy? Bayley went looking for Lyra. After what happened at SummerSlam on Sunday, she inadvertently cost Lyra Valkyria the Intercontinental title. Bayley tried to apologize for costing her the match at SummerSlam. Lyra said that Bayley should just stay the hell out of her life, and she wants out of this Bayley vortex. Looks like Bayley or Lyra could be moved to the opposite show. I don't know. What exactly are we doing here? Maybe one of you guys, whoever said the draft is coming up, maybe Bayley or Lyra gets moved to the opposite show, getting them away from each other. We'll see what happens. Well, Becky's feuding with Nikki Bella now, so I don't fucking know what's going on. Maybe a loser leaves town match. Maybe we get a loser leaves town match between Becky, or Bayley rather, and Lyra. We'll see. Backstage, Sami Zayn was interviewed about his match against Karrion Kross at SummerSlam. Zayn said he rejected the steel pipe in the match, but admitted wanting to use it. In the end, though, it's just not who he is. Zayn wants to be a world champion, and he wants to do it right. Suddenly, Sheamus and Rusev appeared, still brawling, which they were doing throughout the entire show. I don't know how security still hasn't stopped these guys. Zayn got caught in the middle, but WWE said, who cares? They just moved on from this to the next segment. And they switched to footage of Becky Lynch entering the building. So, Sami, he got blasted in this crossfire, and they just quickly transitioned to Becky Lynch. Fuck Sami Zayn. Guy's talking about how he wants to be a world champion, and he's going to be a world champion. Right on to the next segment. Becky Lynch comes on out. Not a fan of her new music. I heard it a little bit more audibly tonight. Not a fan. Not a fan. She comes out wearing a tracksuit. Becky's got a mic. Says she plans on being the Intercontinental Champion for a very, very long time. Much to Lyra's dismay. Suddenly, all of a sudden you hear, you can look, but you can't touch. And my head goes down as I utter the words, oh, God. Nikki Bella comes out. Bella's in the ring with a microphone. Said that she was able to take a step away from WWE because stars like Becky Lynch could hold the division together. But Becky became a disappointment to Nikki Bella. She's not the leader that she hoped Lynch would grow into. So they trade back and forth here about who's a bigger movie star. Becky mocked Bella for not being in Happy Gilmore 2 because supposedly Becky Lynch was in the movie. Nikki Bella was supposed to be in the movie, but her role got cut from the movie. And it's now streaming on Netflix, which is the largest Netflix premiere of a movie of all time. So Becky's a part of that. Nikki called Becky Lynch a liar just like her husband and said she sees right through her. Becky Lynch turned around and basically said, don't you mention my incredibly hot husband. So clearly she's talking about how incredibly hot Seth Rollins is. And this became a thing back and forth between Nikki Bella and Becky Lynch, taking shots at each other's movie career and who is better in their relationship. Do not talk about my hot husband. She says they are the greatest wrestling couple of all time. She said at one point, that would have been Nikki and her boyfriend at the time. Oh, you can't see him anymore. So fans actually popped for this and gave this a holy shit chant. Like, people were legitimately freaking out over this shit as if this was like a rap battle. And they were throwing fucking rap disses at each other. All Becky said is, don't make fun of my hot husband. We're the hottest wrestling couple of all time. That could have been you and your boyfriend at the time, but you can't see him anymore. Did anybody legitimately laugh at that? I mean, all right. Did it deserve a holy shit chant? I guess it's a burn, sure. Sure. She said when she came up through the ranks, it was to combat her era. So don't talk to me about how we handle my era. Nikki said during her era, Becky was too scared to take her one-on-one. She challenged her to a match. Nikki then led a yes chant, being that her sister is married to Yes Man. Becky says they never went one-on-one. Then she gave Nikki a cheap shot mid-sentence, and Becky retreated up the aisleway. How was that? That was where the segment came to a close. Sure. It was a cool burn. Sure. Was I mildly entertained? Sure. Did it deserve a holy shit chant? No, I think that was a little excessive, but it's New York. I'm not surprised. Am I excited about a Nikki Bella and Becky Lynch IC title match for Clash in Paris? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. And here's the spoiler for you, folks. Nikki Bella is not beating Becky Lynch and winning the Intercontinental title. Nikki is very much miscast and out of place in this era, in this division. WWE gave a medical update on Gunther's cut that occurred at I was going to say WrestleMania, SummerSlam. I can't tell which is which anymore. The two nights certainly do devalue a WrestleMania, I will say. Apparently, Gunther suffered an orbital blowout fraction, and he is out of action indefinitely with an injury. Now, I don't know if it is as severe as WWE mentioned here. So they are playing this up, and he's going to be off TV indefinitely. I think this is a good move. I think that there are enough people now on WWE television. You got a revolving door of Punk and Rollins and Knight and Roman Reigns until he goes away for a little bit, that Gunther can sit out and take a month or two off, and you won't miss him. Keep him fresh. Keep him rejuvenated. Cody Rhodes is going to be on Friday Night SmackDown. He is the WWE champion. He should be there. John Cena will be on SmackDown. We were not given any indication that we would see Lesnar, but the fact that we are in Canada, I'm assuming that Lesnar might possibly make an appearance. So we'll see. Becky Lynch was in the back, and we get a confrontation between Becky and Natalya. Natalya confronted Becky with Maxine and Akira Tozawa. Natalya said what she did to Nikki was wrong, so she wanted a fight. Becky accepted a match, but she said it won't be with Natalya, it'll be with Maxine Dupree. So Becky goes from feuding with Bayley and Lyra to Nikki Bella and Maxine Dupree. Man, that drive from Newark, New Jersey to Brooklyn really must have poisoned some of the WWE creative team. Maybe they went out for drinks somewhere at the American Dream Mall after SummerSlam was over and they got a little bit too buzzed. And then they came up with this riveting idea for the Intercontinental title. Naomi was backstage about retaining her title at SummerSlam. Naomi said she feels great, but she warns everyone not to be shocked. She said, now the doubters look stupid, and that's not my fault. She said she's going to be facing Io next week. Stephanie Vaquer said, as she enters the promo, said, one day the belt will belong to her after Clash. Naomi said she'll be leaving Paris with a limp because she's going to take those devil horns of Stephanie's and shove them up her ass. And then she's going to leave Paris with a limp, and then she starts limping away, and then she does her little laugh, does Naomi. Gotta love Naomi. Main event. LA Knight challenges the new champion, Seth Rollins, for the World Heavyweight Championship. So we get the bell ringing. Knight laid out Rollins with a right hand as soon as the bell rung. Stomped him in the corner. Rollins swung back. Knight caught him with a suplex followed by a neck breaker. Rollins charged Knight, who sent him over the top rope to the outside. Rollins, he gets up and walks away. He used Heyman as a shield to lure Knight outside. Remember, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed banned from ringside, but not Paul Heyman. LA Knight slid through the ring, bounced Rollins' head off the announce table. Rollins comes back by sending Knight into the barricade. We go into a commercial break. So before the commercial, LA Knight was thrown into the barricade. Rollins stomped Knight, called for Heyman to hand him the world title. Rollins posed with it and then whipped Knight into the turnbuckles. Knight tried to climb out. Rollins caught him and sent him back into the turnbuckle. Rollins hung up Knight with the second rope, and we come back from the actual commercial. Rollins shot Knight in the corner, but that seemingly gave LA Knight a second wind here, and he fought back and backdropped Rollins in the middle of the ring. Rollins tried going up top, but Knight raced up there and hits a superplex. Floats over into a 2 count. The two get to their feet. They trade lefts and rights. LA Knight laid out Rollins with a lariat, followed by a side Russian leg sweep, big neck breaker. Hits a jawbreaker. Knight didn't get phased. Hits a power slam and an elbow. Rollins starts fighting back. He hits a buckle bomb. Knight reversed it into a Death Valley driver. So they are out in the middle of the ring. Knight got to his feet first before Rollins did, looking to put Rollins away. Rollins played possum, tried a curb stomp and a pedigree, but missed both. And this allowed LA Knight an open to hit a DDT. LA Knight hits his top rope elbow. Rollins bailed out of the ring. Now LA Knight sent him into the announce desk with a baseball slide. He bounced Rollins' head off the table and went to pick him up. But Rollins headbutted Knight right in the balls for a low blow. He then tossed Knight into the post, punched him repeatedly, And then he started tearing up the ringside padding and started to reveal the concrete underneath. Rollins sent Knight into the ring post again for good measure and then dragged him over to the exposed concrete, setting him up for a curb stomp on the concrete. Out of the crowd came CM Punk, who jumped Rollins and started punching away at him. Referee signaled for a DQ, and Rollins tried to leave. Punk followed until Braun Breaker ran down the aisle and speared CM Punk. Bronson Reed arrived and took out LA Knight in the ring. So they were ready as soon as things went south. CM Punk screwed LA Knight out of winning the World Heavyweight Championship, an ample opportunity with all of his group banned from ringside. Breaker speared Knight for good measure, and Rollins hit a stomp on Punk, leaving them both lying in the ring. Reed, Breaker, and Rollins exited the ring. Paul Heyman was talking shit from a distance at ringside. The credits appeared. We see the logo show up on the lower left of the screen. And then all of a sudden, Roman Reigns music hits. The OTC1 ran down, cleaned house, taking out Breaker and Reed with a Superman punch and a spear. Rollins stood in the ring, and Reigns stalked Rollins as he entered the ring. And as soon as Reigns entered the ring, he leaves and bails, does Rollins. Breaker tried to get in from behind, and he was intercepted, leaving Reigns open from the opposite side from an attack on Bronson Reed and a stomp from Rollins. So all three guys beat up Reigns, and they left Knight and Punk laying and ended with a spear on Roman from Breaker and 3 tsunamis from Bronson Reed. And after all of that, Bronson Reed once again took Roman Reigns' Jordans and now has confiscated 2 pairs of sneakers from the OTC1. The tribal thief is collecting Jordans like they're fucking infinity rings as he's Thanos. I wonder if he's going to string a necklace of every shoe that he steals from Roman Reigns and wear them like he's like God. He's now the Shulafala. This supposedly has just come out of nowhere, and people are loving this Shulafala tribal thief angle that Bronson Reed's running. Listen, this was not the best Monday Night Raw. It was not the best Monday Night Raw. They did what they could to really set the tone for the top of the card going into Paris. We already got Naomi and Stephanie Vaquer for the WWE Women's World Championship. They didn't really do much else. Nikki and Becky, they really didn't do much else. And the ending angle, though it made sense and it progressed going into next week, I just felt like this show felt like a dud coming out of this hot SummerSlam. And it just felt like an ending that we've seen multiple times already. It's the same thing. There's nothing new. Show ends with a beatdown, and we go off the air, and we got to wait till next week. There's no cliffhanger. There's no reason to give a fuck. It's just, we'll give you this, and then show up next week, and more of the same the following week, and the week after that, and the week after that. I don't know where we're going. We could be going triple threat. Rollins, Punk, Knight. We could be going 6-man tag team match. We could go Reigns, Punk, and Knight versus Rollins, Bronson Reed, and Braun Breaker. This tonight could have been a way to write off Roman Reigns. It could be Rollins, Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed versus Punk, LA Knight, and Jey Uso instead, as Roman Reigns is written off television. This could be an 8-man tag. We could get Reigns, Uso, Punk, and Knight versus Rollins, Reed, Breaker, and a 4th man being added over the course of the next 4 weeks. Take your pick. Which way is it going to end up? I don't know. I thought Monday Night Raw was a dud. I'm actually looking forward more to SmackDown to see what John Cena has to say, to see if Lesnar shows up, what's next for Cody. SmackDown seems loaded. Hopefully they know what they're doing a little bit better than Monday Night Raw. Thank you guys for all the support. I really appreciate you hanging out with me tonight on this Monday Night Raw post. We're going to get into your super chats in just a little bit. Please make sure you guys hit that thumbs up down below. We got 910 likes. We need 90 more for 1,000. Can we get to 1,000? here on the stream. Follow me on social media at JDfromNY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of Monday Night Raw. Tonight we are sponsored by Blue Chew. BlueChew.com. Use code JD at checkout for your free sample. You guys know Blue Chew, right? Blue Chew is great. Blue Chew is a unique online service that provides the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis. Comes in a chewable tablet. Comes at a fraction of the cost. You guys can take them anytime, day or night. Be ready and plan for whenever that opportunity arises. No waiting in line at the doctor's office. No waiting in line at the pharmacy. No awkward conversations. Blue Chew is prepared for you and made right here in the USA and shipped directly to you very, very discreetly. Talk about lasting impressions, man. I tell you what, WWE seemingly thought they made some lasting impressions with Seth Rollins cashing in that Money in the Bank briefcase on Saturday night against CM Punk, man. You want a moment like that in the bedroom. That's going to live on for a very long time, man. Blue Chew is basically your way to cashing in a Money in the Bank contract on CM Punk in the main event of SummerSlam. So why not give it a try? BlueChew.com, code JD at checkout. All you guys got to do is pay the $5 shipping and handling, and I want to thank them for once again sponsoring the show right here on Off the Script. Let's get to these super chats and then get the hell out of here, man. Thank you guys for all the support. Super chats are the best way to support what I do here. Nate comes in with a $10 super chat. The IWC is brain rot about Brock. From her own mouth, they never met, talked. If you got a problem with him, keep that same energy with guys like Darby, Mox, or Don Callis. Reason you'll never see Cross in AEW. I don't know anything about that. I don't know anything about that. Can somebody fill me in about Cross and why Cross is not liked by those guys? Captain Solo with a $2 super chat. First hour of Raw brought to you by Vince McMahon. Is there a reason why I stopped Mario Kart Monday? Because I'm fucking tired. That's why. I get on here, man. I've been streaming every day. I've been streaming and uploading content every day since last Monday. Tired. He crossed them? Yeah, what happened with that, man? What happened with Cross and those guys? Binge, you ask me one more time, bro, you're getting timed out, man, and you're getting kicked out of here. Ask me one more time and really, really test my patience, bro. Seriously. Captain Solo, thank you, brother. Ali with 36 months. JD, what makes me mad? Hear me out. I hate when I write something. If it's about Raw or SmackDown, I get other people talking negative about my comment. Fuck them, Ali. Fuck them. Lucas with the $1.99. This show sucks. Gangrene David with a $5 super chat. I see a potential War Games match looming. Roman, Jay, Knight, Punk, and Punk versus Rollins, Breaker, Reed, and maybe McIntyre. Could be 5-on-5 as well. William Bellin with a 5. AJ, Monday Night Raw tonight felt like a continuation of SummerSlam. Middle of the road garbage. Hashtag OTS for life. Thank you, brother. Todd French, 600 with the $2 super chat. Raw product doesn't even seem very good anymore. Hashtag lackluster. TJ Leach with a 10. JD, I was stuck in the section full of clowns who kept trying to start the wave yesterday. Hundreds of dollars spent on tickets to do that instead of watching the match is idiotic. Bad match or not, embarrassing. That's why I said yesterday, if you spent money to go there and not react, you're a fucking idiot. You can do that for basically nothing by going to your local bar and acting like a fucking clown. Michelle with a 5. Seth and Company versus Knight, Punk, Roman, or Jay in Paris should be a banger. And it starts the tease for War Games too, and Punk will feud with Seth and Company until WrestleMania. Yes. Him or Sami. Walker Stubbs with a $9.99. Remember when WWE were their own business and they did whatever they wanted? Now it's all about out business and moments and views and sponsors and all that other nonsense. Yeah. Triple M with a $2 super chat. 4 letters, 1 word, GOAT. Have a good week, JD and OTS. Brother, let's do some raid stuff this week, bro. I want to start getting me some raid gear. I just hit 300 light, bro. I am trailing behind you, obviously, and some of my clanmates, but next stop is 350, bro. I don't know. Just kind of get burnt out, doing the same fucking activity over and over again. Hannah with the 199. Congrats on this weekend. Stoked for TNT tomorrow. Should be a good one. Should be a good one. Joey Taylor with a $10 super chat. Raw 5 out of 10. JD, I saw Mini Portable coming after you today for a 32-year-old woman who's supposed to be an inspiration for young women. Sure did complain about the Beast coming back. I don't, bro. She is, bro. She said. What did she say today? She said something about me yelling and screaming in front of a camera for views. What did she say? She said, I said, none of them will take their anger and stop watching when Lesnar is all over Raw tonight, which he wasn't, Friday, whenever it comes back. You'll see them reacting because they know it's going to rake in the views. Indeed, it will. She said, no, JD, I will watch and react accordingly, which she did and said nothing. And she opted to post a clip anyway after Lesnar showed up, even though she was upset that Lesnar showed up. She posted it because she knew it would get views. I'm not the one angry yelling at a camera every week. That's what you do to rake in views. It's a very weird way to say that I'm very successful. There's a huge difference between reacting streams and what I do. What I do is actual content. What they do is low-hanging fruit. Nobody watches them for their opinions. 0 people watch them for their opinions. And most of the time, you can see why people say that their reactions are fake. Especially when you see them all over WWE. Every single time that there's a big moment, it's the same fucking people all over the place. What is one to be thinking at that point? You're either in bed with WWE, you either got some soft contract with WWE, some agreement with WWE, where your content is used regularly on their television shows to push the product. It's not out of the realm of possibility that WWE's in bed with some of these streamers because they know they push the product in a positive way. It's how marketing works. We did 9,000 people on Saturday night. And all I do is yell to rake in views. Honey, let me tell you something. I don't need to yell or do anything in front of my fucking camera raising my voice to get views. The views come to me because we built this this platform on honesty. We built this platform on being a real human being. Reaction streamers are the worst thing to come along in the community in a very, very long time. That's like Sean's View Ent type level fucking content. Reacting streams are just as bad as the people that label their titles, oh my God, massive death in WWE, and then it's like, Gunther's got a bloody nose. It's awful. I don't know, chat. Where did I raise my voice in this stream today? Did I raise my voice in this stream today? I'm half a fucking sleep, and I had 3 vanilla lattes today, man, and the espresso still isn't keeping my blood going. Where did we yell? I don't know. If maybe she showed some character on her streams and show some charisma and some entertainment value, maybe she'd rake in the views just like we do. People think who they are, man. All these fucking reaction streamers, they think they walk around like fucking rock stars, bro. Be humble that you're even in the fucking space to begin with. My baby daughter. Ricardo Linnell. It's nice to see Ricardo's name actually show up. 60 months. I fear that Rollins will hold that title for a lengthy reign via geek interference. I hope not. Oh, you mean like the Seth Riders? Sure. Sure. Cam G with a 20 bomb. Thank you, brother. I don't know about you, JD, but that Lyra Becky segment felt like a breakup. Like Lyra needs space to see other people. Like, what on earth is happening? Much love, JD, OTS for life. Yeah, I think that when a draft happens, bro, I think Lyra, Becky, or Bailey may be moving to a different show. Might be Lyra Becky moving. Might be Lyra Bailey moving. Who knows? But Becky's the champion, so I think she stays unless they switch the United States title and the Intercontinental title. Which, I mean, that would be all right. But I don't know. That means you'd have to move the men's title till you want the IC title, men's and women's titles on separate shows. The whole point was to keep them on the same show. Jay Shudo, 44 with the 499. I like that brief confrontation between Pierce at Rollins at the end. Yeah. Good. It creates a threat. Cornell Bryant with a 499. I thought Karrion Kross was a Triple H guy. Did you see what Hunter did on the post show when the crowd was chanting for Kross? What a dick move, yo. Yes, I did. I talked about that earlier. Hologram, you are correct. Those streamers, especially people like that, don't like me for one reason, man. Because A, I'm a male. I got a very powerful voice. They feel like I don't use my influence for good, and they are the beacon of what is right and wrong in the community. They would kill for the audience that we generate, every single PLE, every single stream. We got one of the most prominent non-wrestling podcasts in the entire space, and I'm not going anywhere. Meanwhile, all they can do is muster up reaction streams and fucking, oh man! I could do the same thing too, but I would leave here, I would get out of this chair and leave empty. My soul would not be fulfilled. I've tried that content before, just doing it randomly for an NXT show on vacation. I get up and I legitimately feel defeated. When I leave doing this type of show, I lay in bed and I said to myself, man, that was a good fucking show. I laid in bed over the weekend with fucking 15,000 people watching me across 2 nights. I laid in bed. 4:30 in the morning, I fell asleep on both nights. I said to myself, man, I did a good fucking job this weekend. I got the best fucking community this weekend. There is negativity, which people misconstrued me as. I'm just passionate. I know what I like. I know what I want. And I'll tell you what I like and what I don't like, man. Some people are afraid to do that because they're rubbing elbows with the company. They're rubbing elbows to get in with the talent. Yeah, fuck that. And then there's also something that is very, very prominent, and I suffer from it greatly. When I'm around someone that is super fucking positive, toxic positivity, man, that shit, I can't even begin to tell you, man. That energy is just as bad as being around someone who's just fucking the end of the world negative. That is Debbie Downer, like, that is more soul-sucking than anything, man. Someone that just emits that happy all the time, toxic positivity, man. Bro, that ain't real life, man. That ain't real life, bro. I don't give a fuck what's going on. You can have an outlook on life and be happy all you want, man. You can give that energy and think you're getting that energy right back, man. The world don't give a fuck. Walker Stubbs, $9.99. Really, the only thing I'm interested and been interested in 2025 is John Cena's last year and the opponents he's faced and may possibly face later this year. Who do we got on the list? Lesnar, maybe Styles, McIntyre. Who else you guys want? Reigns, Gunther. I mean, take a pick. There's a couple of names. He's not going to wrestle all those names, but he's going to wrestle a couple of them. Best in the world, Matt, with a $5 super chat. No war games this year. Traditional 5-on-5 Survivor Series match this year, please. I wish I could say yes, Matt, but the San Diego Survivor Series logo has war games attached to it. And I'm assuming Triple H is drooling over the fact that he'll use War Pigs by Black Sabbath again. Scotty with a $1.99. 5 a.m. Tired all weekend. Roman J. Sammy Punk Jim. Could be. Could be. Noah, thank you again for the $100 super chat, brother. Really appreciate you. Captain Solo with a 2. El Grande Americano into the multiverse. Does anybody legitimately drink an Americano? It's nothing but espresso and hot water. You dilute the taste of the espresso by adding hot water to it. I never understood it. Captain Solo, thank you, brother. Gregory Cruz with a 5. The Americano War Games is going to be lit. Biggest rib in wrestling history. Listen, man, if they're going to do a Survivor Series match, I'd love to see an accumulation of 4 or 5 Americanos against the Luchadors. And then the losers have to unmask, which obviously would be the Americanos, and then we reveal who they are. Tony Brown with a $5 super chat. JD, I would love to give Roxanne a comfortable piece or a comfortable place to sit for about 30 minutes or move if you catch my drift. Tony Brown. Calm down, brother. Calm down, brother. Thank you, man. Sean X830 with a $20 super chat. Just wanted to say hey and send a message to the hate watchers. They are SAWFT soft. Always a great show, man. Appreciate your work. Thank you, Sean. Cornell Bryant with a $4.99. Overall, without a shirt, oiled up, like Diddy with a chandelier on top of his head is diabolical. Please stop this. Shihab. Long-term booking. Cena versus AJ for the IC title. No. AJ and Cena will not happen for the IC title. Cena's not going after the IC title. No reason for him to. Jedi Joke with a $5 super chat. JD, I know you're a Braves fan, but you got to admit, Johan Duran has the best entrance in MLB, was at the game Friday, and lost my voice. Go Phillies. Bro, I have given up even looking at the MLB app, bro. It's over. My interests have now ventured elsewhere. Matt Fisher with a $19.99. Sometimes love is like a slow dance. You can tiptoe around But don't make a sound. You can make a little silent romance. But sometimes love sounds like a fight. It sounds like an argument. It sounds just like a pile driver. It's very beautiful, Matt. Thank you. Delwyn Jones with a 20. I have a feeling last match for Cena might be Rock. Makes sense. It's rolling. He became face again, called him out on SmackDown last week. It's rolling in place, and Rock can come back saying, you had your chance, betrayed me. Something like that. Boom. No. Rock is not coming back, bro. Rock is not coming back. Not Rock and Gunther. Cena and Gunther could be realistically his last match. Major with a 199. Do you think LA Knight knew about the injury initially? I'm assuming he did. Being that it took place in his match, I'm assuming he knew. That would be fucked up if he didn't. Hopefully he did know, because he certainly deserves to know if he's going to be a part of something like that. Zachary Ray with a 199. I hope LA Knight will become a champion one day. Me too. Even if it's for a month or so. Furious Nation with a 999. What's up, JD? Man, was that SummerSlam Superstar line insane? By the way, I thought Yard House wasn't that bad. Some good stuff there, bro. Also, thoughts on AEW Full Gear going back to Newark? I don't know. I would be more prone to doing a meet and greet for that. We'll see. Game time decision to see how many people actually give a shit. And Billy with a Billy Bomb, 36 months. JD is the GOAT. OTS family for life. That mini portable just tweeted about you a few minutes ago. Fuck the woke culture. Did she? It's great. Fantastic. Glad everybody's watching the show, bro. Glad everybody's watching the show. Don't give a fuck. You want to know why? Because I'm getting out of here. I'm jumping on Destiny 2. I'm going to open myself a nice cold beverage, and I'm fucking hitting the bed and going to sleep, because I got TNT tomorrow, and Jason and I don't know how to go under 4 hours, bro. The best two-man podcast in the scene. Thank you guys very much for all your support. Appreciate you very much. Make sure you guys check out the content on the channel. There's plenty of it. Follow me on social media at JDfromNY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. Hit that thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. You guys know the deal. TNT tomorrow. Man, do we got a lot to talk about, huh? Man, do we have a lot to talk about. The one and only, the Solid Monster, and this guy right here. The Tuesday Night Titans, 8:30 Eastern, live on YouTube. And without a shadow of a doubt, we are the best of the best of the best. Not only on Tuesdays, but every fucking night. I'll see you guys later.